Right, but it got
insurance and yeah.
Which it must have tracking. Oh well.
It's blue. Was it supposed to be blue?
It likes Ashley. It's zoomed in on.
Are you
I ain't
kidding?
zoomed in, but it's.
Hello, world.
Here I am.
All right, so we are live. All right. So, first order of business, we got a couple meeting minutes to approve.
Okay. From January 13th, 2026, Clint, trustee, Ashley, chairman, Renell, secretary, and Beth, clerk, were all in attendance. The minutes were read and approved. Township board positions, approved Ashley as chairman, Renell as secretary, Rick as member, and Beth as clerk. The board of finance, which is trustee is the investment officer, and the township board are the members. And the 2025 investment report was presented with a $133.92 interest reported as earned. The 2025 annual report was approved and signed. The cemetery, one burial and one plot sold in 2025 with funds deposited in 2026. A snow removal bill from 12/7/2025 for Andy's work was turned in. And then for township assistance, we discussed standards, then tabled the discussion to accept or not until the next meeting. Members will bring recommended changes to the next meeting. And cemetery mowing, the question was, will Adam Oliver still mow in 2026? Next meeting on May 2nd at 9 a.m. in the Gilead Cemetery for cleanup with a short board meeting to follow.
Which is sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. The March 2026 meeting, Clint was present, Ashley, Renell, Beth, Adam Oliver was in attendance, and Rick called in. The audit, Clint reported that the 4-year audit went well. The cemetery 2 burial checks at $100 each were received. And Clint said that the statewide trustee meeting takes place April 29th. Changes at the State House. Clint talked about changes that could affect 300 townships. Merging townships will be determined in part by township assistance use, lack of a managed fire department, and a small population. A merge cannot happen during an election year. And cemetery mowing, Adam presented a new mowing bid for $9,600 after discussing past bids of $7,000 in 2024 and $6,600 in 2025. He lowered his bid to $8,000 for 2026. Ashley motioned to accept it, and Rick seconded it. Next meeting on May 2nd at 9 a.m. in the Gilead Cemetery for cleanup with a short board meeting to follow.
Well, thinking of it, I'll go ahead and do it. I got it later on in the agenda, but so there's some changes to requirements for minutes. So you have to include the link to the recording in the minutes. So if you're ready to write it down, it is youtube.com/@ Perry Township 52, all one word. Where they can find the recordings and the live and all that stuff. So you just have to put that on your template up at the top and you'll be good for the rest of it. All right, so next I have the IC certification, and yes, I took too long to get it to you, sorry. So if you haven't had it time, that's fine, but just sometime. The big thing from the statewide meeting, when they were talking about this, this is actually one of the topics. they asked the question, who is responsible that everyone is certified? And the whole room went, the trustee. And they're like, wrong. It's the board who is responsible to make sure everybody's certified in internal controls. So if we get audited and we're not, on the report, they just name the board as at fault, not the trustee. It's not any different, but yeah. So I did, in the past when the last meeting we were talking about, I could not find that page. But now they've completely redoing their website to make it ADA compliant.
So you've sent us what we need to use, or?
Yes.
Okay,
So
I'll have to
in
look
that
at the
email,
email.
there's a link.
Okay. When did you send that? I haven't been on an email lately, so.
Well, I know I went to the thing Wednesday, so I sent it on Thursday.
Thursday, okay. I'll look at it and
So,
just click on.
so
the
it looks
link.
like this if you wanted to look at it, but and it looked almost like the old page that I couldn't find. So basically, you just kind of read down through here.
Okay.
There's some links to different forms and things that you can kind of you don't have to read them; they're long.
Okay.
But here's the certificate form you can print out and sign.
Okay.
But down here under training, there's more links to the standards and things. But here's this video they want you to watch.
Let me write
So
that.
I'm sure it's the same video you watched. You're good. You only have to do this once, so you're good.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Dad is not going to be able to do any of that
Yeah.
without assistance.
So you're gonna be able to help him out with that?
I don't.
I mean, he'd
I don't
be
do
good getting here, but not read the video, or
I'm not sure he could even get there, and he will not sign online.
it's not.
Okay.
It's the form. You click on it, and it
You just print it out.
you print it out and sign.
And well, he doesn't have any ability to print either.
Here.
I was gonna say he could like
Can I just print you one now for him?
You can. That would be better.
So click on the form and
Actually,
watch the
here.
YouTube video, and that's it.
Okay. Two more.
Oh, okay. So just watch
Yeah.
the YouTube video and sign that. Okay.
Okay.
So what I did is I read through this page and I actually pulled those up and downloaded them. And
Okay.
kind of perused them. I didn't read them word for word, but I watched the video. And,
Okay.
Okay. So
Sounds good.
back to the board members being responsible for certification for
Right,
themselves.
and that was another thing new. We didn't know that you guys, the board members, had to do it.
What do you mean,
Thank you.
had to be certified?
Yeah, we always thought it was just the trustees and the clerk in the past, but it's board members also, so have to be certified.
Okay. So, but I mean, the board isn't going to know that this has to be done unless the trustee tells them. So
Yeah, I know.
It's a big vicious circle
it
right
is.
now.
It
It's
is.
kind of like signing up to be on the
So you've been to these statewide meetings?
yes, 2 or 3
The
times a year
State Board of Accounts lost control multiple times during that meeting of the meeting.
because the trustees were up in arms.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll go over all that.
So, I mean, as a board member, we don't get all of the stuff from everything. And like oh yeah, you need to remember to sign up to be on the ballot. I mean, did you even?
No.
I was thinking it was the next election myself. But when I went to the recorder to record my bond, he's like, hey, did you sign up to be on the ballot? I'm like, is that this year? And he's like, yeah. So I did it while I was there, and I was going to send you guys an email
Yeah, I didn't.
or a text. And if I should have stopped right then and sent the text. But then when I thought about it, it's past the date. Because when I went in, it was almost past the date.
I was gonna say it's
to
probably
sign
in
up.
April. Yeah.
Well, you guys signed it.
February.
Oh, February.
Yeah.
So is that something I'll need to do next year, or
It's only
No,
every
it's
4
every 4
years.
years.
every 4 years?
So
Okay.
now, even though you were not on the ballot, since you were on the board, unless you do a resignation letter, you continue to be on the board.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You're stuck.
That's all right.
So that's the internal controls
Okay.
thing. I sent you in that email our current internal control standards that we
Okay.
adopted, which needs updated. We talked about that when I became trustee, but we never officially updated it. It basically got your name in places and what needs my name and So you look at that too, which basically Cornell took what was suggested and tweaked it a little bit and did it. So that's that. So basically they went over that, and this meeting was, I expected it to be more over some of the other laws, but they focused a lot on audits. I'm like, well, thanks. I just went through mine. Seemed really good. But this is one thing they said they would like
Okay.
definitely check for. So update on the state board of statewide meeting. There's a lot of stuff. The certification for nepotism and contracting that you guys sign every year. I keep it as a copy, but they actually recommended that you all keep a copy of your own. That was their recommendation. So I just want to update you on that one. I did get complete clarification on that. In the case of Adam, you need to do a conflict of interest thing because he's your nephew, but Rick doesn't, because it doesn't count grandchildren. So, and you have to file that with me. What did I write that on here? The State Board of Accounts, there's a place to upload it. And you have to, somebody in the county.
Always before I took it to the clerk to have it.
Yeah, you have to file it with the clerk. There's a place on State Board of Accounts to upload it.
That you upload then.
Yeah, I can upload it, yeah.
Because I mean, I don't get on the State Board of Accounts anymore.
I don't know if you need to log in. It was on the main page. I should do it.
How did the cemetery look?
Yeah, I mean, if you give it to me, I can upload it.
They want that.
But it's not in Gateway. It was on, well, no, maybe it was. Maybe it was in the Gateway main page. Oh, yes. So you don't need to log in. You just go to the Gateway right on the front page is this conflict of interest upload tool. So I'm not logged into Gateway right now. And it just comes up and you put in the stuff and upload the file.
So you can just do it online and you don't have to have it.
Well, that's what they said. You need to file it with the township. So I guess that would be me. You need to file it with the county clerk, and you need to upload it to Gateway.
So the clerk, I mean, I had in the past, I believe I had to stand and sign it in front of them.
Yeah. So if you do that, then you just take that copy and make
Okay.
scans of it. And,
Okay.
yeah.
That means I'll have to
I
take
mean,
a
if
day
you
off.
want, you can send it to me and I'll upload it. Yeah,
Well, it's just I work in Wabash and
yeah, I know.
they only work open 8 to 5 and I work
I
8
know.
to, I mean 8 to
I
4.
know.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
But yeah, so you have to do that for that mowing time, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Training updates. So they went over that again, which takes effect this July. So I have to put in at least 14 hours a year training. So like this, however many hours I spend at that meeting counts. And I have to do 36 hours over 3 years. And that resets every election cycle.
Which you won't have any problem getting that in if you go to the convention and the state board meetings.
Office staff has to do 5 hours of training, but it doesn't repeat.
Okay, so
And they never talked about,
How do we
you
get
guys don't
those?
have to do training evidently.
okay, how many hours a year did you have to do?
14
14 hours.
and 36 in 3 years.
That makes no sense.
So I guess your 4th year you get off the training.
And we have to have 5?
No, just me.
Oh, just you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
But only
which you
per
can
year.
get most of that in
So
just
no, it just said 5 hours of training. It didn't say per year.
no.
No.
It just said 5 hours.
Oh, so once you get your 5, you're done, I guess. Okay.
Because they're not elected, so it doesn't reset. In my notes. Yeah, it just says 5
So would you get yours by going somewhere with him?
Well, I mean, like this IT internal controls
Oh,
training can count,
okay.
you know?
But you can go to the convention with him.
Yeah.
There's stuff for the clerks to do. Board members can go.
Yeah.
It's just if you budget enough to pay for it in your township.
Mm.
But there's things that you can learn there. And even if you don't learn anything, you're connected to the Keystone Mall while he's in the meeting. So you can entertain yourself.
Yes,
All right.
I'm such a
So I already
shopper.
covered the length in the minutes that you have to do. Did you ever have your bond approved by the county auditor?
I always took it in there.
To the auditor?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
That's where I take.
I always took it to the recorder, and that was all I did. I never took it to the auditor.
No, I took a copy of it there, and I took that was one thing about having the triplicate of the checks. One of them, you took the copies and you turned it into the auditor. They always said, "What do we do with these? We just put them in a box."
They always do, yeah.
But you still have to do
But
that.
you took a copy of your bond certificate.
There was a whole
to the
list of
auditor.
things that I took every year, and I took at the beginning of the year.
I haven't done that, so when I go in and record my bond next time, I'll
Yeah,
take a copy to the auditor also.
yeah.
New legislation, CVET funds. You know, that was always designated so much general fund, so much fire, so much township assistance, all that stuff. Now you can put it in whatever fund you want. You don't have to put it into those. I'm
But
probably gonna go ahead and put them in those anyway, because it doesn't affect, but now you can put them in the general fund and spend them on whatever.
do you have to wait and do that when you meet with Judy, and then she tells you where it goes, or you can do it as it comes in?
If they give me a proper Form 22. So last year, for one of the payouts, so you guys might not know, so you get it twice a year. And they usually give it to you in what's called a Form 22, and it tells you, you got this much money, this much goes in general fund, this much goes toward township assistance, this much for fire, this much for whatever. And you had to put them in those things. Last year, when they sent me, they just said, here's how much you got.
Because it came
And
from
they
the
didn't tell me-
auditor's office, and it's a mess.
Yeah, and they didn't tell me where it goes. Lucky I got on Gateway where they had uploaded their stuff and found it, so I could split it up. And I sent them an email and said, hey, I need this split out so I know where to put it.
Mm-hmm.
So the other one, they actually sent a proper Form 22 telling. Now evidently they're probably not gonna, because I got an email from them actually. Like, I got an email from them yesterday talking about this.
From the auditor's office.
Yeah. And they said, here's a spreadsheet to explain how we did it. I opened the spreadsheet, it's all about Allen County.
Oh my
So I said,
gosh.
like, hey, your spreadsheet's all about Allen County, not Lane County. So, so I don't know when I get the one in June if it'll be split out or if it'll just say, here's your pile of money.
So
And if it's
then,
just here's your pile of money, I'll just have to put it in general fund.
so then, do we as a board have to decide where that money goes?
We could, you know,
mean,
we could go back and like figure percentages from the past and say, hey, we're gonna go with that.
Or just put it all in the general fund or whatever?
Yeah.
But,
Because now you can do that and just spend it where it needs to be spent for.
Right. mhm,
So if we say, hey, this fund's getting low, put it over here.
mhm.
So.
Or this is where we always run out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which we haven't had that problem yet. But that's another topic we'll get to.
Okay.
We probably will. Rainy day fund. Supposedly when it was created, which I'm sure was before you,
Mhm,
the board had to come up with a resolution to create the fund.
mhm.
And in that resolution, they had it designated how the funds would be spent.
We have something like that.
We do?
Mhm.
I don't know where it is.
It was a rainy day fund resolution, and it said something about the funds would be used for what the board decided for
Okay.
shortcomings. It
So
was
was this a paper document somewhere?
it was
that's
a
filed
paper
down
document. It was a paper document with the
Okay.
rainy day fund.
there? Look for paper.
I'm gonna say that was done soon after I started.
Okay.
because it was probably something that they said at a statewide meeting, you need to have this, and
Right.
we didn't have that.
Okay, I'll look for it. And if not, that'll be a topic for the next meeting to come up. I was hoping it'd be something general like that.
But yeah, there was a resolution.
Okay, good. I'll look for it.
Mhm.
I haven't looked for it in paper files, so.
Yeah.
I did confirm that if we're using the same contractor for mowing, we don't have to rebid, even if we renegotiate the price.
Okay.
So that was just a thing I asked during the downtime. Because they were talking about contract, they went over contracting like crazy. Big topic, and everybody was, at least in my table, was all over this, the whole why in the heck. So the CIP we have to do every year. We have to redo it. So it's not an every 3-year thing.
I thought that was when they came out, it was a 3-year thing.
It has to cover at least 3 years. It can cover more years, but it has to cover at least 3 years, but you have to redo it every year. So that means we have to have a hearing for it every year.
Can it be lumped in with another meeting?
So that was the big complaint. Why does it have to be done by the end of September, then budget's into October? So I want to plan it this year so that it all lines up and we'll just have a budget done by the end of September. But what they did say, because a lot of people were thinking the same thing, we can have the CIP hearing and the budget hearing the same day, but not the same meeting.
So you stop
So
a
we
meeting
have
and
a
start a
meeting,
meeting.
we conclude the meeting, then we start the next meeting, and there's 2 separate minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So that's what I put in the email, think about dates for these things. So we'll plan it on the CIP timeline, and we'll be way ahead of schedule for the budget. Because there's nothing that says you have to have it this hearing this month, the hearing, and we already found out you could adopt the CIP right after the hearing. And you don't have to have a separate adoption meeting, but we have to have a separate adoption meeting on a different day for the budget.
So does
Then-
that have to be
Published. Yeah, but we can do the same.
You just say immediately.
And it's
following.
online, it's not in the paper anyway.
The budget's online, but the CIP wasn't, remember?
Yes. So the CIP has to be,
Oh, yes. So yeah, I would complain about that to the state board of accounts. I'm like, if one thing's online, why does the others have to be in the paper? Nobody has a paper anymore. Nobody just, they're like, well, that's not us, it's the state now.
So we
So I've
could,
complained to him too.
so we could just say immediately following is this meeting.
So
That is so crazy.
that was that. And then I saved the worst for last. So I've already talked to our state legislator about this. So they changed Indiana Code Title 38, Article 8, Chapter 12 about volunteer fire departments. So in the past, a volunteer fire department had to pay their active members $100 a year for clothing allowance and $100 a year for vehicle allowance. They changed that to $250 a year for both.
each, so a total of 500.
But there was also wording in that unless otherwise stated by a contract.
Which is by us.
So our state representative, like, that's not. So the interpretation that the State Board of Accounts gave is not what our representative said the intent was. I'm assuming there was some departments trying to get rid of that, get around that by doing a contract. But ours, we contract with these different fire departments, and they have to pay that $100 thing. We don't. It's just part of the contract. State of the Board of Accounts opinion is, since that contract line's gone, that every unit that's served by the department has to pay that fee to the firefighters. So that means a guy working at Macy that contracts with Township, Perry Township, and Liberty Township gets paid 3 times.
Whoa.
And that means we have 4 departments, so we got to pay every active volunteer in all the departments $500. That
Okay.
will drain our coffers.
Yeah.
So, again, that's State Board of Accounts interpretation of the law. And that's one point where they lost control of the meeting. So, either way, if it comes to what our state representative says his interpretation is, where it's still the same way. All right. I'm anticipating all of the departments wanting to increase their contracts because that's going to be a big hit on these departments. I mean, you're going from $200 a fireman to $500 a fireman. I mean, that's, So I'm anticipating they're all going to ask for an increase, which makes sense, So when we get to the budget planning, I bumped up a little bit for to help cover that just in case. So
Do we know, have they been,
I haven't talked to any departments.
so nobody updates how many people are on the roster, active?
Oh, I'm sure
on
they
the
keep it because they.
But
by
do
law,
they
have,
share
if they're doing
that?
what they're supposed to, giving them the $200, they have to have that.
But they haven't been sharing that with us.
We haven't asked for it.
That'd be interesting to know how many would be on
Never thought
each.
to ask what your roster is. I mean,
Active.
why would we care? Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you put active.
Yeah.
Well, the law claim says active. So.
Yes, but
Yeah.
some people have a way of
Yeah.
changing. I mean, there's only 3 that are active, but we have 15 people that show up at our meeting and they were
Yeah.
fire department members at one time.
I said, why can't you just reimburse a receipt?
Mhm.
If they bring you a receipt, they spent $500 on equipment,
Oh, well, yeah, that's
but you don't just
a long
give them
thing.
$500
Yeah, because
for
who's to say they go
nothing.
get it?
Yeah, they're not gonna use, they
Well,
can make
if
their
you've
car
ever looked
payment.
at fire gear,
I know, I have, I bought you boots.
yeah, they're $200 for a pair of boots.
Yeah.
But
Well, we'll hope that
that's
it goes
something
to
we got to keep
legislation.
an eye
like-
on, and it could have a huge impact.
Which means we raise the taxes in the township, because that's the only way to continue.
So right now I was going to look, but I didn't. I know how much we bring in for fire, and we're upside down on that. But I need to look and see how much we actually bring into the general fund. So I know right now it's like $735 a month plus the two
And we
two
have,
CVET distributions. So
we have already decided where the rainy day money is going with the capital improvement.
right, that's the thing. So, yeah. The CVET is around 32,000.
But if we have to update the capital improvement every year, can that change?
So yeah, we could be upside down on the general fund in a hurry. So, do you want the CIP? We can change it.
So now if we
Again,
have,
it's a plan. So it doesn't, just because we say it, this is what we plan to do, doesn't mean we have to do it that way.
because it might be something that rainy day money has to be used for that, as long as we have it.
Yeah.
And then that isn't quite so
When will we know?
concerning.
When will we know the?
The effect of all that, I don't know.
Because that did go into that is
I think
law.
it's July 1st is one of those deals. Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll show up when they start sending us
Which
things
I
for
did
next year.
did learn that when it passed out of the House, the contracting language is still in it.
Oh.
The Senate changed that. So everything, ain't nobody caught that when it came back to the House with their amendment. So if they just left that in there. So we'll see how that all shakes out.
Yeah.
So that's something we really need to be on. Yeah, it's if you want to look it up, Title 38, Article 8, Chapter 12, covers volunteer fire departments, and I forget which section it is.
Title 38,
Section 3?
Chapter 12.
Tell her again.
No. 38, 36, 8, 12.
30, that was nothing like you said. 8, 12.
Title 36, Article 8, Chapter 12.
Okay.
So 36-8-12.
And then what's the section?
I'm looking for the specific section. There is first composition volunteers.
So all four fire departments you deal with are all volunteer.
Akron has some paid, doesn't it?
I think they do.
They have some
They've
full-time
got paid in
volunteers.
volunteers. So full-time, it doesn't cover that. It's just volunteers.
But if you figure Denver, Rowan,
Mm-hmm.
and Macy, you could have 15 conceivably, 45. Yeah, that's $9,000.
Well, I
No,
asked,
that's more than that.
also, there's a lot of guys that serve on Macy and Denver.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you gotta pay them $1,000?
Mm-hmm. And that's what they said, because it's per unit.
I know that, I was thinking that after the meeting.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which would make sense. Well, do they use the same gear? They use the same vehicle, obviously, but do they use the same gear?
I don't know why
I would
they use
assume they have their
different
own gear
Have
at
it
each
with them
Yeah.
or at each place.
Or I would think they would have it at each place.
So that's 2 times a gear. It's 2 times gear, so it would
don't
make
know.
sense that you would have.
Because a lot of times their jacket says Denver or,
Right.
or
Mhm.
whatever.
Right.
Yeah, but I've seen them turn out, like guys in Denver, when they go to Macy, they usually use their same gear.
Do they? And they may keep it in their vehicle, I guess. I know some fire departments keep
Yeah.
it at their actual.
Yeah, because they leave from home.
Yeah, I didn't, they haven't published the slide yet, and I didn't write it down.
Their actual, like, because if you're, you know,
For
you
now, would
can't.
you like some coffee?
I'm not a coffee drinker, thanks.
Neither is Ashley, neither am I.
I'll take a cup, please.
Glad I made a cup for you guys to warm you up from the cemetery.
No, I'm a
Hot
water
chocolate.
drinker, not a coffee drinker.
You're a what? Water?
I'll once in a
Yeah,
while
I didn't write
do
down
a
the-
green tea, but I have to be in the mood.
For grass, yeah.
Well, I do it like,
Green tea doesn't have to have floaters.
Corey got me like a lemon pound cake one time. I can't find it, but that tasted like you were eating lemon pound cake, and it was tea.
Oh,
It was a green tea. Oh my gosh, it was like. But yeah, I don't just. I
There it
can
is,
stomach
clothing.
blackberry.
So it's
But you have to be in one of those moods, like that
Yeah.
flavor.
-5.
-5. Three-
Clothing,
360,
and bill
12.
allowances. So it's not in effect, well, I don't know, this is not the actual IN site, this is some other one. So the current one says $100, and contract maybe also.
You said it
Now,
went.
this doesn't read like their slide shows.
So maybe.
Oh
they're-
yeah, here it is. Unless otherwise provided by a contract, the unit served by a volunteer fire department shall pay to each active and participating member of the department. Blah, blah, blah. And they took out that otherwise provided by a contract. So that opens this up to.
Which I remember other townships talking about having to pay that.
Well, if they manage a fire department, yes. So
But-
like Brenda would be the one taking care of that.
Right.
She has a fire department.
But I don't know that was Brenda that was talking about that.
Yeah.
And it might have been Mary, yes, because she wouldn't have been in charge of the fire department. She
Mhm.
would have been contracting them.
Mhm.
So,
But they may have worked out something with their
Where-
contractor. to
yes,
do it
that she
way.
paid part of it, yeah. Because at one point, I remember somebody saying that was in their contract, that they had to
that.
pay that. And it's like, that's not in our contracts.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, it's just part of the negotiation. I mean, if that's the way you negotiate it, it works. But you can't say, okay, you got 10 members, here's $5,000. You have to write a check to the member in their name.
oh,
That's what state board said, and then you have a record to follow through.
Yeah.
So do they get a, well, it'd be under $600. I was gonna say, do they
Yeah,
get a
we
tax
do.
doc?
Wouldn't get it back though, yeah. So, yeah.
Well, we get one, and we get under $500. I mean, under 600.
Because we do withholding, so.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be any withholdings with them. That's just a
Yeah,
flat
we
rate.
do, yeah. So,
Well, we'll just keep our fingers crossed that it
yeah,
stays
so
with
that's something to really keep our eyes on,
the. Ooh,
and I'm working with our state rep on that too.
that would make me wonder if some of the departments would lower their volume. You know what I'm saying?
I can see this.
Lower their number of people.
Volunteer, because then, I mean, I guess I don't know how that would work, because with the contract of what they're paying,
Oh, yeah.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
They're already all hurting for volunteers. So. But another thing to think about is if it comes out, okay, we have to pay this $500. Okay, you tell us you got 10 members. So in the past, you were paying the $200 to them. So we're going to consider $2,000 of your previous contract was paying that. So we're going to subtract that from the current contract because we got to,
Mm-hmm.
so some things to think about. So,
But
we'll
we
see.
weren't the only ones that were
Hmm.
but we weren't the only ones paying them.
Right.
So other people, if they
so
were
they could say you were only
$50,
of it,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
which is understandable.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be soon. Some, yeah, it's going to be fun. However this shakes out.
So what other good things did you find out?
he said he saved the best for last, or the worst
Yeah.
for last.
That
so.
was the big things. There were some little details.
How long did this last? Was it virtual?
Mm-mm.
Oh no, you were sitting at the table.
Yeah, I was at Fisher's.
Yeah.
So,
What time did it start and end?
started at 9. We were done at about 3.
Did they feed you?
No.
They didn't feed you?
They haven't fed us for the last couple of years.
Oh.
You have to go get your own lunch.
But he had a really good burger, so that's all
I did.
that
I found
matters.
this.
I've heard about it
burger
3
joint.
times.
I'm like, oh, and it was really good.
Is it a mom and pop thing? Or?
Yeah,
No, it would look kind of like a chain thing, but it was,
Mm.
it was way back burger.
Never heard of it.
that's what the place was called? Way
Yeah.
back burger?
And I thought it was expensive because I got a burger, tater tots, and a drink. $19.
I think that's
But then I
normal.
went to Five Guys because I forgot my lunch up there. Burger, fries, and drink, $19.
Ah!
You haven't
So
eaten
what
out
is
for a
it?
while. No.
Just nuts.
But that again, you need to turn in
Yeah, I've
for
got
the
receipt.
township
Yeah, I've
to
got
be
the receipt.
reimbursed.
All right, so now that was the township meeting, the big thing. So yeah, there was a lot of, and then there was a lot of discussion amongst tables and stuff about this whole point system and
The merging.
yeah. So, and Rebecca and I talked to her, I was on the same page.
But this is a stupid idea.
Yeah. So, and that it's not fair, to townships like us. There's a lot of them. They're rural farmers that's not asking for help. So why should that be a penalty?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it merges, like our township's got one of the lowest property tax rates. Merges another one, that does more assistance. They're going to go to their town property tax rate.
Mm-hmm.
So now these guys are getting penalized for not asking for help. All right, that's side comment. All right, budget description. So did you guys? I probably need to print this out for you since. Oh, I thought I had it.
I just feel good that I brought the minutes.
Oh, we were talking about minutes or something. I said, yeah, we got to approve 2 at the next one. We forgot the minutes. And oh, I think it was a big deal.
Well, before the minute book stayed at the township office.
Because you had a book.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't start typing them up until we had to be uploaded.
Oh, yeah. And that book was about full. So
And Roberta
said-
struggled when because she was still the secretary, when it had to be typed to be uploaded.
I saw her a couple months ago and talked to her, and she was like, "When's our next meeting?"
Aw.
So I just, there you go. So what I did is I went back as our discussion we had last year that we ended up realizing we couldn't change it between the hearing and the adoption. I got yelled at by Judy. Didn't get yelled at, but corrected. So I updated some things there. So I didn't print out I did. The highlighted ones are the update ones. So rainy day fund, I bumped it up a bunch. And again, it's budgeted, doesn't mean we're actually spending it. But according to the CIP, we got some expenditures that we were going to spend out there. So we need to budget that so we don't have to do additional appropriations in case we actually do that. We talked about giving everybody $100 raise, except for the clerk. Taxes I bumped up because of anticipating raises. Might be more. Again, it's budgeted. Doesn't mean we never spent the 800 either. Side note, we finally got all that set up because it has to be electronically filed now. All those quarterly things, and that's all taken care of. Office supplies, we had bumped it up to 2,000. I don't know if that was just trying to get that bottom number bigger. I put it to 1,500 instead of 2,000.
Because remind me, what falls in that? That doesn't include the computer, right? I mean, the
web stuff now, that's if I buy paper.
That's
buy new checks
Yeah.
or things like that. Which I just bought checks, so shouldn't need those for a while. So again,
Depends, if you have to
budgeted,
pay
that
every
means-
guy $500, you're gonna use a lot of checks.
That's true.
Ah,
I will use a lot of checks.
and postage,
Yeah,
or will they? I don't know how that'll be if you drop them off and.
I don't know.
you get invited to a meeting.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas, Santa Claus is coming.
Yeah.
County software, 1,100 something, so we budget 1,200 that way. So yeah, next year we're gonna buy any office supplies.
Yeah.
We just don't spend it, but it's there if we do. So fire contracts, we had 6,000 out of the general fund, so I put it at 10, just anticipating some increase. Asking an increase because of this new law. Mileage, I bumped it up. Just anticipating one. I'm going to try to go to the convention this year, since I won't be working. And then if there's, I'll actually try to be doing more stuff actually. I still haven't increased the mileage rate. It's still 49 cents. That was the topic at the meeting too.
So what have you been using in mileage?
Not much. Not even close to the 400. But again, it's budgeted. Doesn't need to spend it. Where's my 2025? Mileage form. I did $175 roughly. A little less than $175 last year. I went to the state board meeting. I went to that township assistance training. Trips to cemeteries. That's the rest of it. I'm going over for cleanup and inspections and grave marking. No, I look at it. I know I went over there more than once to mark grapes, but oh well. It's $3.63 if I go to get it back. The bond, it's been the same forever. I'm just anticipating for inflation. So I put it to 200, why not? You know, that way. If it does for some reason go up more than, I mean, it's already less than 175. But again, it's budgeted, doesn't mean we spend it.
Same with liability.
Same with liability. I just anticipated that. Phone internet, I did that as previous discussion that we did last fall to increase the internet a little bit because the costs went up. And the streaming and all that. Offer stay the same. Association dues and training. Because of the training requirement, I'm like, I don't know if it's going to cost us more, so I put more in there. Plus, ITA dues went up. We talked about that. It was like $100. Now it's like $250. So, and that includes the convention stuff. So, in there. So in the past, if you did the hotel and all that stuff for the convention, you took it out of that line, the training line.
Typically, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. I didn't do it as reimbursement.
I'm pretty sure you did, yeah.
I didn't do it as reimbursement. Because that's part of the training is you have to stay away.
Yeah. We control. We only put $1,000 or $100 in there, but I thought, you know, if we ever actually have to do it, and it's going to be more than $100, we have to do all this special appropriation, blah blah blah. So why not make it bigger? Again, we've never spent anything out of it. We talked about the cleanup about some weed control with the cemetery, but that'll come out of the cemetery fund. You know. But again, that's just a, so we don't have to do an extra appropriation, and it helps with the CIP thing too. And we should be able to, you know, keep the rate the same, you know, like that, because we probably won't actually spend any of that $2,000. So website services, we had that up there like $4,000 in our discussions. I put it at 3. Because I would like to get a little bit of professional help to get it set up and going. I actually identified a guy who's actually in the Macy Fire Department that does that stuff. So he's like, oh, yeah, I can help you get that set up. So
That's not something you have to get like 3 quotes on or anything silly.
I think so. It's going to be small. They were talking about it's got to be really big contract and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't think I would have to get 3 quotes.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't have to like when I got the tax accountant. So, and then all the other ones I left the same, but I didn't know if we wanted to, you know.
Well, let me ask this. With our budget being half again as much as what it was,
What do you mean?
well,
I mean, higher, you mean?
mhm,
84 instead of 57?
mhm.
Yeah.
Is that going to change tax rate a lot? And you're going to have
Well,
people,
when she does it, she'll probably tell me, well, you're going to end up, you know, you got more, because you do that sheet,
mhm,
which I've got training to go to, so they're actually changing the budget process.
okay,
And I haven't been able to go to any of the physical trainings, but I'm signed up for the next virtual one. They're supposed to make it more straight line and, you know, just straight through instead of going form 4, you know.
mhm,
But when we have the meetings, you know, she'll say, well, you know, this isn't sustainable. It shows, you know,
mhm.
because you do this form where it looks like, okay, this is what I've got. It's what I anticipate having in receipts. It's how much it's anticipate. You know,
You're going to run out in
basically
3.5 years.
Yeah. So at that point, you know, like the fire, she's like, do you want to change the tax rate? I'm like, no. Which that was a topic of discussion. I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to, but a little bit to help with the fire thing upside down.
You mean the tax?
So we bring in more than 15,000 or something in fire. You know, So yeah, long answer, I think I can just tell her, no, we don't want to increase the rate. We know. We get closer, we can get out of there. So, cause like on fire, she didn't make the update the rate. You know.
Because do you think there'd be a lot of pushback? Because I know we aren't all that high compared to a lot of other townships with our rate.
So I was going to ask about if we want to do that, but also everybody got hit on property tax this year, and so yeah.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying, the pushback.
And we actually have the county to thank for that,
For what?
because they delayed as long as they could. They had so long to take out that exemption thing. That's why everybody's tax rates went up, because the state house took out an exemption thing.
But they didn't do it
But
enough.
they had like 4 years to implement it, and Miami County's waited to the last minute to implement it. So,
Where Wabash did it right away, and people
Did
have complained. Yeah, people have complained about that for 2 or 3 years.
so we can thank our county officials for waiting. So you're talking about pushback if we change the rate, or pushback just because of bigger numbers?
Either or.
We'll see. We'll have to meet with Judy.
I met with the township
Oh,
member. I mean, people that live in the township. Do you think you'll get pushback?
I doubt it. How many people actually look at this stuff?
I don't know. I mean, I'm just.
As I do, we can explain, hey, the tax rate didn't change.
I mean, that was something that people did ask me about and
Oh, did
stuff.
they?
Yeah.
We'll find out. But yeah, we can, what we just did here, explain why. The biggest thing is, that rainy day because of the CIP stuff.
But we have that money there.
Right. So,
But there's a lot of difference. I mean, there's 10,000 difference, half again as much in general than what we've had in the past.
Yeah, because we did a whole lot of little here and there. Well, 4,000 of it was for fire, anticipating increases in contract because of that new law. So this is a lot of.
So the fire stuff comes out of the general fund?
It comes out of both.
Oh,
There's a fire fund and
We changed that a
general.
couple years ago when we started. So we only bring in a little less than $16,000 for fire.
in taxes.
And we spend
20,000.
4. Yeah, don't know, 4. So that was a Judy suggestion.
mm.
Is we don't spend all the money we take in for general in our budget. So she would, put over here that you're paying part of it out of general, and we still got 16,000 to budget out of there for fire. And we don't bring that in, so we're slowly depleting. But the way things is going, a couple years ago they made it where we can't put the lit funds in fire. You have to put it in the general. But you can pay fire out of general. So but yeah.
It would have been just easier just to have a general fund with different line items rather than 5 different funds with line items.
But we do get that stuff. Well, I don't know, with this new law,
It might just be
all
in
the stuff that
one.
was designated fire was the CVET stuff, right?
Mhm.
And now they're saying you can just put CVET right in your general and spend it however, so.
So why are you going to need a fire fund and a
Yeah, if we do
cemetery
that, we
fund
can
and
just eventually make it where everything's coming out of,
with line items?
because we can't transfer what's in that fire fund. In general, we have to spend it from out there.
It's going to be spent anyway.
Yes, one thing they talk about, you can't transfer money out of the rainy day into another one and then spend it. And so
And that's
I'm
the whole
like,
point?
"What?" I'm like, all you do is you're spending it for that. You spend it out on a rainy day. You put it. It's no big deal. Why do you have to mess around transferring it?
You just do an additional appropriation that comes out of the rainy day.
Good. I don't know, I turned 4, I got it on the screen. So this is the CIP stuff that we had planned on spending. So I got to looking at it. The first thing we got on there is Gilead Cemetery fencing.
You
And
just
then
took
if
it
you look
out.
down to the second from the bottom, it says Gilead tree line clearing and fence replacement. So somehow we got Gilead fencing on there twice. And then we've got Gilead driveway stone in 2027, and I really think we need to move that up to 2026.
Yeah.
That one entrance, the southern entrance, has got a big old drop off, and they've got that mostly cleaned out along that fence line.
Does it need a tile under it, that driveway? Is that why it's got the drop off?
It's just the asphalt has cracked off from 19. So we need to build it up. Because when you pull in there, it's like, you know,
So once we get the rest of that fence pulled out, I want to round up that side of that east side of the driveway.
extend it.
So
We
we're
talked
doing,
about
and then when we
extending it out.
put some gravel in that, we can make sure the gravel goes all the way out to the line and keep that sprayed off, and then we don't have to worry about blowing on that side of the drive
Or if somebody needs to meet back
yeah,
there.
it makes the
wider.
drive a little wider, and so it's a foot or two, but yeah.
Well,
I think we need gravel over there to put that.
Yeah.
I had asked when I was still on for Alan to bring a couple loads.
Yeah.
And he never did.
Yeah, I was gonna call Burns and see what they do.
You can check with, that's where I got my rock from, is K&S Trucking. That's a closer place too. That's at by Akron.
So we need to review this in anticipation of the hearing. The cemetery fencing on, forget it's on there twice, but.
So the
The
top
tree-
one really needs to be gotten rid of.
Yeah.
But
Then-
the driveway needs to be 2026.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah. And the Icon Cemetery Drive thing doesn't need to happen until it's actually reopened. I mean,
Until it's, oh yeah. Well,
yeah, so this cemetery sonar and plotting probably should be above that. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're both in 2027. Yeah.
so why are some of them coming out of general and some of them coming out of rainy day?
Because those are the two funds that are affected. If you have excess funds,
Okay.
then you have to give up part of it for roads and infrastructure. So we were allocating everything.
So there was that much in general extra?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you look at the budget thing, I created a column. Says fund balances over March.
Mm-hmm.
You see rainy day's got 86.7. General's got 55,000. Township has got 38,000. I was going to ask her about that. We take in. I didn't look up to see how much we actually bring in each year for township assistance. We got 38,000 in there. Can we lower that rate that affects that by a little bit?
Well, I thought you
and raise
could.
the fire up.
That you wouldn't have to put money into township assistance so that you could use up what you have in there. Because that has built up again, because we moved it, at one point we could move that,
Oh, yeah, you can't.
Right, but once in a while they open it up where you can move out of, and that was one of the things that we could move out of. We moved a lot to rainy day from there, I believe.
So that's a thing I'll ask her. If we can lower that rate, you guys wouldn't be opposed to raising the fire to match. That's just basically moving from one to the other so we get more into the fire.
No, because you don't need to keep putting money into the township when we aren't doing it. I mean, even if we were to have
No, I was lowering the township assistant rate.
that's what I mean. I wouldn't put any more in it.
Oh, if you can just take it to zero.
Right,
Yeah,
because there's such
a
an excess. I mean, if we had a tornado or some kind of disaster,
rainy day.
well, but yes, but we would use that up too. But I mean, if we aren't using that, why are we funding that so much?
Because you review it and change it every year. So
Correct.
I don't know why you couldn't just say take it to zero for this year.
And it could be zero for a number of years because I thought we did that for something else.
We just review it every year.
Right,
Yeah.
based on what the need is.
Now we do bring in. Oh, I looked that up last time. I think we only bring in like 7,000
Bless you.
for cemetery. Pretty sure I looked that up. I don't know. I'd have to look for sure.
And see, for a while, we
Run
didn't
it,
put
yeah.
anything in cemetery. And then we changed it that we were putting some tax dollars in it because we were doing things, repairing. So, I mean, you can change however you need that too on the tax money.
Well, the thought was I think we're upside down on it
On the cemetery?
if we spend the budget. Yeah. Let's see.
Hey.
Hey, we have public.
Drive by.
He's been waiting for the mail to get here.
here.
Oh.
Last year. Annual report files. There it is. So, cemetery. Oh no, I guess I'm not. We brought in $11,400 cemetery last year, so we could reduce that rate some if we wanted to.
Especially if you're using rainy day money for the repairs and things and fencing.
So do we want to reduce it so it just brings in less, or?
Because there's still 21,000 in there.
Yeah.
And like I said, if we're using rainy day for repairs,
Okay.
we don't need a lot of that.
And we could zero it for a year and be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is there a place on the annual report where it shows tax rates?
Mm-mm.
No?
I don't think so. I mean, not this budget estimate. There it is on the annual report.
That's what I say on the annual
Oh,
report.
yeah, I think it is. I think it does. There's a page, I believe.
There's the cat.
It might just be for budget hearing, honestly. It's that we sign in
Yeah, I
at
don't see it
budget
on the-
hearing.
Oh, so that thing we signed?
Mm-hmm. That has the tax rates on.
Budgets.
Boy, that guy's.
The mail came. He's happy.
Yeah.
His package came.
Well, where's that form? I would have had to scan it.
That would have been in September or October, correct? You would have scanned it. When you scan in the minutes from the meeting, do you scan anything? Like if you have an agenda or if there's a
I just did the
resolution?
minutes.
Okay,
What you write down, so.
okay. I didn't know, because did they change something?
Probably should, like if we approve a resolution, probably should attach it to the minutes. But,
Right, and then you always have that, because you can go back and look at it.
yeah, if I remember which minutes it was.
Well, I mean, we don't have that many meetings a year.
Make it a separate item that you scan.
Well, I don't know if you can.
Oh,
They have certain,
Yeah,
guidelines.
you can't.
there's a place that says minutes. You have to put in minute, and
Mhm.
it would
Just
just
if
be,
it was all in the same PDF.
Right.
It would be.
I thought they kind of started recommending that you do that with your minutes.
I do that stuff with cameras. Yeah. Well, I can't find that. I mean, I would have had to have that to provide it to the paper too.
Right.
Is that farm machinery going on?
Yes, and they're flying. It's giant spreaders. Like,
Oh, like
They're not
sprayers,
flying,
No,
it's just 'cause
sprayers.
Their wheels make noise.
like more like fertilizer trucks that have a
yes,
bed on the back.
yes,
Oh,
big
yeah,
ones.
they're going way too fast.
Yeah, 2 of them.
But they were trucks, not tractors with a spreader,
Yeah.
like fertilizer.
Actually,
fertilizer,
it might actually
yeah.
just be in here.
Yeah, don't they know we have dogs and children? And a lot of Amish in buggies? We have a lot of Amish.
Yeah.
We're getting more.
Or your house?
I mean, just, it
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like we just keep getting more.
Well, those on 19, both of those Wilson houses are both Amish now.
They are.
Mhm.
That's where I saw, yes. Have they moved into both of them?
I think just the north one, not the south one yet, but they're getting ready to redo that house, I think.
Where are you talking about?
John
So,
and Kay Wilson's houses, across from Alec Lefevre.
Oh,
Over
I know
That's
what
the
you
big
mean.
one, and then at the
and then the
curve,
one in the corner by 1100, no, 1200.
Mm.
I wonder if I can probably find it in Gateway again.
I would think so. You should be able to see all of the rates for every township in Gateway, I think. I know when they publish it in the paper, all of Miami County and the tax rates for townships and cities and
I've never tried to look it up. What it is.
And I know we're one of the lowest ones, if not the lowest. So I asked when we were going to Kokomo about why the J turns or whatever, that's kind of slowed down on 31. And I was told by somebody in the courthouse that was one reason that the state was kind of wanting rainy day township funds and stuff because the state wants help from the county paying for that now.
Oh.
And I don't know if it's like the tearing down the houses and stuff that the state has
Well, nobody
done.
even wants them, so.
Yeah,
Eminent
one of the-
domain.
I was gonna say, I don't think anything with the J turns have been approved, has it?
I don't know.
The only
I know
J
that-
turns that I know around here are 24 by Peru.
Right.
But they took
Yeah.
over all those homes when you
Yeah.
get close to
Well,
Bunker
I think a
Hill.
lot of that is for the buildup of the highway. Like if they do an overpass there, or if they do a turnoff, like
Mhm.
cause I'm like, how are they gonna do that at McLean's? don't know how, they'll have to probably do an overpass there.
Well, and that was the whole, because I remember Christy Sullivan.
Yep.
She said that is my husband's home place.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna do. I know they're at, Green Oak, she fought, and they're gonna make that an actual where, like, cause of the Green Oak, the store, you know, they're gonna make that to where you can still
Exit.
Mhm. So, yeah, because I guess she fought for it, and I guess she got it.
So that'll probably mess us over on 1,500 then, because it'd be too close.
Yeah, I don't know how they'll do it.
Which where it makes more sense to
But
have it.
I've been told that 1,500 is like the second largest populated travel road in the
A lot of
county.
people use.
Oh, yeah, because it goes all the way through.
Accessible to, yeah, so I don't know what they'll
If
do.
they put it at Green Oak, and they need to put one in Macy and Iona. So
Yeah.
therefore we can't put one in 1,500.
Well, somebody said that's why Denver did their stuff downtown, because that
Yeah,
was gonna be.
from making it straight to 16,
Mhm.
or not, 19.
I'm not seeing
19.
this bridge in here. I'll
Oh.
just Google it.
It's hard telling.
Actually,
They've done everything north, and they've started doing things south, but it's like right here, it's,
So do you think there's been more pushback in Miami County, this region they are doing?
well, Miami and Fulton. Because there's nothing in Fulton, because see, you have 10 and 110 up there, that's the big
accident
thing
thing.
now, yeah, they're having,
Mhm.
where they've lowered the speed there at 10 down to 50. The people aren't, they
They
clocked
don't-
someone the
yeah.
other day going like 80 or 90.
It was quiet.
Oh,
And the only specifics.
Well, on my way to New Paris this morning, there were a lot of cops sitting to watch. I was surprised on 15.
Yeah.
How many? Because Dad, when I was talking to him 3 days to come home from Texas, he said, we didn't see any cops on the highways, nowhere.
And you saw a bunch go to New Paris.
I know, and I told him, I said, I left home at 6:30 this morning. I was in New Paris by 7:30, and I said, on my way back through Warsaw, I mean, I'd seen 5 cops from, I hadn't gotten back to Warsaw yet from New Paris,
Mm.
so.
no.
And that was early, I mean. But yeah, they were sitting on like pull-offs along 15.
All right, so finally got them here.
And at Milford, they were sitting at Milford.
Ah,
So the county rate is 0.529 and we're at 0.0488.
And the school, I think the school went up
0.95.
to what it was.
And 0.95, that's the highest rate.
You mean for the townships, it's 0.95?
When it's giving me the tax rates for the townships, it's giving me the county and the school district stuff with it.
wow.
So for general, do we not I don't see a township assistant separate one.
Because I don't think it's listed. I think we took it out of it because we had so much in it.
Then why are we bringing in $11,000?
In township assistance? I don't
Because I looked
know.
it up last year.
I don't
We
know.
brought in $11,000 towards township assistance.
Shouldn't have been, but I don't know. Because, yeah. And see, like I said, the cemetery, I mean, you could take that out because there's an excess. Because even if nothing else comes out of it besides mowing at $8,600, that's still a cushion. 2,400.
Mhm.
Plus there's 21,000 in there. So at the end of this year, I mean, there'll be more than that. So if you wanted to funnel the majority of it into the fire.
And so how does this? Yeah, so I'm
The
assuming
school
this
is
means
taller
that
than, it's more than,
of everybody living in Perry
County.
Township, the township only counts for 3.19% of their taxes.
Mhm. hmm
62% of our taxes go
Goes
to the school.
Yeah.
So,
I remember when Dad was on the school board and so many people, and they were older farmers that didn't have children in school. That,
Dad's a setback. Why? It shouldn't be that way.
yeah.
Oh, you think it should just be the people that have kids in the,
Well, that's what people always said. Older
Yeah.
farmers said, why do we have to pay for the schools when we don't have kids? And
Mhm.
well, do you want to educate your kids? Do you want them to come back to the community? Do
Exactly.
you want them to leave the community?
right?
Yeah.
So I remember that Dad talking about that all the time and defending why.
Well, and it's so crazy because there's so many people like that don't even benefit from the bus anymore.
Mhm.
Like everyone picks up their kids.
Oh, that's their own doing though.
I
That's
know.
not the best, yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, they provide that service, but no one,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of people use it.
Yeah.
So the rate is 0.0488.
Mm-hmm.
So if we take out that 0.01190,
But do you want to take it out or you want to move
Cemetery.
it up into firefighting?
well, that's what I was asking you. You wanted to do that, or you wanted to just
Because that would be, that much more in,
fire?
mm-hmm.
So if we really are bringing in 11,000, where did
But you said that was in township assistance.
the township assistance was 11?
That's what you said. Where is it coming from? Well,
Where's my, here we go. Here's what, last year, township assistance, we received of $7,246. So we brought in 7,200.
what was it from?
On fire, we brought in 16,200.
So where did that 72 come from?
Taxes, I guess.
But you would have had to designate that. Should it have been somewhere
On the
else?
CVAT, when it comes in, it says township assistance. It goes in there, so.
But I thought that's when you
So
met with
if
Judy
there's
that
not
told what
another
it
rate,
was.
if there's not another rate in this new law where you don't have to put it in there, but you just put it in.
I'd ask Judy to clarify that. Because just say, this is what I'm seeing from last year. Is this really a true statement? Because we're showing that we don't put anything in to township
On
assistance.
the rate thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would ask her to clarify that, and she will.
Oh, yeah. And then, we brought in $11,471 for cemetery. But this only shows total receipts. So it seems like we had a couple, it's only $100 here or there. So, if we say 11,000, so we still brought in quite a bit of money on that cemetery. So.
Mm-hmm.
But we spent 19.5 on fire last year. So.
And that's what to push more that way to keep it from being quite such a shortfall.
If we took that whole percent, like you suggested, from the cemetery and put it in fire,
Mm-hmm.
then that's going to make instead of 16, we're going to bring in 26.
Mm-hmm.
So we're on the positive side. And we wouldn't have to do that, 10 grand up here. So that could be a thing. I could leave it at 6 for what it is, anticipation of increases. If we increased how much is coming in, and then I could, under the fire, I'd put it back up to 20 instead of 16. If that has the effect, I can do it that way. I can take that 4
Mm-hmm.
up there increase and put it down here on the fire line. But that doesn't help with the CIP numbers unless we just leave it like this. But yeah. So. And then that would help if you have anybody asking, like you talked about, pushback.
I mean, it's just something you always kind of keep in mind. And I remember Jerry drilling that in when
Okay.
before. I mean, just especially since we have, I mean, people look at what is in the books, and we keep growing it. Because it was just a little over 100,000, I think, when I started.
And in township assistance, yeah.
No, I mean in the what was in our checking and savings, and now it's up to 220.
Oh, yeah, total there.
So it's doubled in 10 years, 12 years. And it's not any fault of, I mean, asking for too much money, because we aren't asking, we haven't raised taxes. It's just,
Right.
I like to think that the township board has been good trustees of the money.
We do that, yeah, it's just moving around there.
This
Yeah, and then like this 3,000 for the website, I didn't see that going back to the 840 the next year. Once
it's a one and done.
I just can't figure out how to get it started. Once it's up and started, I can maintain the damn thing.
I know, but it's just kind of silly for something that isn't going to be used. It's kind of like recording things.
I mean, we don't have to have it. I mean,
But is that where you put the recordings and things for links, or what do you anticipate?
they're in the YouTube thing.
So what do you
So there's
anticipate?
Nothing saying here, go here for the.
What do you anticipate this website being? That if you want township assistance, you go on and you.
I was going to put township assistance information, and actually hopefully could put where they can download a form, you know, and the township assistance standards.
So it's gonna
instead
be-
of having to print it out for them, we could, you know.
So it's going to be something that we don't use because we don't do township assistance, but it's going to be online. So anybody that Googles township assistance, whether in Indiana or Minnesota or New York, is going to be able to see that, and then they're going to be going, "Oh, I can get township assistance from Perry Township."
Yeah, I don't anticipate putting anything where they can submit anything on there. But like, which that was one of our. We moved one over that. Skip that line out. You know, last time we talked about updating the township assistance standards and having a summary sheet that we can give them instead of having to print out the full standard.
So it's not so.
But then they could have
I
access.
could say on the summary sheet, full standard could be found. Website here. Yeah. But yeah, it would still say contact township trustee or set up an appointment. But, you know, have these forms filled out, you know, the intake form
And then you would have
should be able to
links.
put a TA1 up there, hopefully.
Then you would have links, or you would have, like, if you want to see what our budget is, you go to this at the State Board of Accounts or the Gateway or
I don't know if I
whatever.
put a link, I could just say
Find us here.
find it
wanna-
on Gateway or whatever.
Yeah. But
But
that,
I
I
could
mean,
have on the township assistance page also, you know, saying little things like you must have applied for assistance elsewhere, blah, blah, blah. If you're looking for food, here's local things,
Mhm.
you know, here's a link to the stamp, you know, here's,
mhm.
you know.
So it's going to be more just information.
Which we're paying for it because it's part of the package, but we don't have to use it. But it'd be nice to. But we could have a link, you know, township board meetings can be found here. Yeah. And it'd be that link that you're putting in the thing. Okay. And I'm not anticipating, hopefully. I'm hoping just a couple $100, you know. But again,
And once he sets it, then you think you can
Yeah.
maintain it.
Well, I've used their tool and built one, but I can't get it to go live. I haven't figured it out. I don't know. It's not like normal. I may
It's
even look
government.
at moving the service from Google to something else. Because, so another issue with YouTube, the sleep and everything,
I'm not sleeping.
and Renell, you both have Microsoft-based emails. And it doesn't like our Google email coming from my trustee. So that's why I had to send you guys things on my old Yahoo account.
Mine's okay?
Yours is okay, yes.
Okay.
And Rick's is okay. But yeah, these
He
two
kept
like
saying, "You
bounce
getting my email?
messages.
You getting my email?" No.
And it's got all this long
Nope.
explanation of why we're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, you're just being Google. But, and it's got all this stuff of how to fix it. And I'm like, I don't know where to do all that.
Don't yawn.
But yeah, I've been looking at other hosting places because we're not really using. Well, the reason went with the Google is because that's what the state suggested, and we thought we were going to be able to do the meeting stuff on Google, but you can't. You have to invite people to the Google Meet. You can't make it just a public Google Meet. But the one thing that is nice about it, it's got the calendar thing, which I haven't got set up, which would be nice. I could hook it up, and if you guys use an online calendar, you could subscribe to that calendar. But the file, Google Drive, I was going to use it as a backup for all the stuff I got on here. You know, I can back it up to the thumb drive, but that would be a off-site backup.
Mm-hmm.
And if we ever change trustees,
They have the
there's
same.
there's the account stuff, and you got everything. So yeah, I'll look into that. But other sites, it's a whole lot easier to do the website stuff. But they don't have that nice the stuff the Google Suite has. Because on that Google Drive, I could say, this is the shared drive for the town advisory board, and throw stuff up there like township assistants, blah, 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 blah. All the resolutions could be there. You guys could get to them at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
All right. The township assistants is the only thing that's left, which I didn't write down on my thing. I thought I skipped over, but that was one of the things. And again, you guys may not have time to look over that as much. I gave you paper copies last time, right?
I think so.
But I did send out online ones. So I was working with those, updating the numbers on that sheet about poverty levels and all that stuff. And I was going through all that, trying to find the right numbers, the updated numbers, and going through and changing them. I had the idea of, why do we have to actually put it in the document? Couldn't we just say we go by the federal rates?
Yes. Then you don't have to look that up
You don't
every
have to
year.
look it up every
You just have to
year.
look it up as you need it.
Yeah. So, do we want to vote on those today, or do we want to? Oh, I had them open. Or do you want more time to look over them?
I don't need any more time to look over it. I mean,
Do you want to approve what was sent, and then I can change that last part to say,
yeah,
and then we can re-vote next time?
to use the Fed rates.
So we have two things to look over and approve. We have the summary sheet, separately. Do together.
Did you get a chance to look at it much?
Mm-mm.
So you want to wait?
We'll just wait, I feel.
Okay.
Okay.
So you will update it to do the federal rates.
Yeah,
Then when
it's basically the appendix shows all those rates, so we can just say get rid of that and say look at federal rates.
Right.
Which that's only in there to if somebody complains about how much they're getting, I guess. Say this is what we use.
Well, and we don't even have to go by those rates. If we decide as a board that you need help with your gas,
Oh yeah, we can
We'll-
go over it if we want to.
or we can go under it. We can just say, hey, somebody comes, they need help paying their gas bill. Our average that we pay is $250. If you owe $850, you have to do something else. We'll pay the $250 or whatever.
And sometimes that means we don't give them anything.
Correct.
Because if their gas still gets shut off, then we can't.
Right, because it doesn't do us any good.
Yeah.
And that's where I wish we had some place to refer them for a little bit of budgeting or money management or some kind of education to help people.
It could be on the website.
I mean, actually, I think we can require that. I remember that.
But do we have somebody,
But we don't have
someplace
anybody to go
local?
to, yeah.
Right, I mean, I wish we had some place that, they did just fundamental budgeting and,
I don't know. I have to look at that again. I could probably do that. You know what I mean? As part of it.
mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
because then it's like,
you kind of
we're,
do that anyway. 'Cause
Right.
you go over their application.
but you want to better people so that they don't have to keep using the service.
Mhm.
So if we could give them assistance to better themselves. I mean, we don't have anybody right now, but I mean, it's still something we should be thinking about. So,
So.
so we're talking,
Date.
you don't know when you meet with Judy yet,
Yeah, she hasn't even published when you can.
but that's typically June.
Yeah, it usually starts in June.
But we have pretty well gone over everything that you need to kind of think about before meeting with Judy, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need another meeting before Judy? Or yes, we should meet again before Judy.
Where is Judy at?
She's in Logansport, isn't she, where she actually lives?
Yeah, but I think for when the health department went to the new building, she had an office in there. I don't know if she still does. For a while, she was in the
just
annex.
sent out an update.
She was in the annex for a while.
At
And then-
Logansport.
No, at Miami County.
Oh, Miami County.
And then when the
Oh,
health
really?
department moved,
Oh,
then she was there. She had an office to work
Wow.
from.
She still hasn't updated her info. She's still sending stuff to my Yahoo email.
Yeah.
And I haven't told her. But she did just send out an update, new contact information. Yesterday. So she's got Indianapolis as her address.
Well, she's stayed, so
Yeah.
she's based out of, I mean, that's her home landing place, but I mean, her local office, I mean, she
It's
was.
just her phone number's been updated. So I don't know if that means she moved out of that office or.
But yeah, she had an office in the health department in Miami County.
And that was a bummer, this new budget training. They sent out a email, hey, we're rolling out this new budget process training. And it starts next week.
It was that
Quick
quick.
training, yeah. And the first training was at the sheriff's department, Miami County. like, I can't coach during the week. I was so bummed, but then I'm gonna do a virtual one.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because was she doing the budget training?
Hmm?
Was Judy doing the budget, or was the state board? Or
I
who
think
was-
it's state board doing it. Yeah. So, because they're all over the state,
Mhm.
the in-person ones, and then when they first rolled it out, it was all in person, and then they added some virtual ones.
Yeah. So,
So date wise, yeah, so the CIP has to be adopted by the end of September. So, so we need to meet sometime in September for budget adoption. Well, actually, we don't have to. We could, I mean, if we just want to get it done. But I don't know. Wait a minute, let me think of that. So we got to do.
we have to do a
We have to
hearing
do-
and then we have to do an
We
adoption.
gotta do CIP hearing and the / adoption, because that can be done at the same time. So we could still do September, October like we did before.
We're just going to do the CIP hearing and adoption the same day.
Yeah, which we did last year.
We didn't do it in 2 meetings though.
Well,
Oh,
did
we can't do the
budget-
CIP and the budget.
hearing, budget adoption.
You have to
So we could
adjourn.
do those 3 all on the same
Re-vote
day in
it back on
September.
there.
You better
Yeah.
bring different clothes.
We
to
could have
change
the-
it,
Yeah, I know,
especially for
right?
the
We
video.
have CIP hearing meeting. At the end of the meeting, we say, okay, we're closing the hearing. Vote
Adoption.
to adopt, we adopt, close the meeting. Reconvene. I don't know if we have to get up and do Chinese fire drill or what.
We
And
always
we
sit
have
in the
the-
same place
Then we
anyway.
can have the budget hearing
Okay.
on the same day.
So all
And then we
3
can meet
things
and
could be done on one day.
No,
Same day, yeah.
the budget adoption has to be a different day.
Well, she
Oh,
was talking CIP hearing and adoption as 2 things.
yes.
Yeah.
And then the budget hearing can all
And
be
the
the
budget
same
adoption,
Okay.
we could still do in October sometime.
Okay.
because it has to be 10 days apart.
So we just plan it that way. So I guess we don't have to.
So we do need to know that because you have to know that for Judy.
Yeah, when I meet with Judy, I have to give her those dates.
Okay. So we need to look at September.
And unfortunately, I have to publish the
So you need to-
crap in the papers.
So you need to publish that so that we don't have to change the meeting,
Publish what?
the CIP.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was the crap going on. But the budget thing, remember, Judy put in different dates than I
Then you
had
told her.
down in the system.
Okay. Okay. So
that's-
then let's do it earlier in September.
Okay.
So in case there's a mess up, there's still time to get it in.
Okay. So.
So
I'm
you're,
wide open now. I don't have to worry about after classes and all that crap.
so what kind of schedule?
I am good any day but Wednesdays.
I don't do well on Wednesdays
Because
either.
Wednesdays can be my late night.
No
So
Wednesdays.
otherwise, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday is fine.
So if we do the CIP hearing, adoption, and the budget hearing, September,
Mhm.
what day?
My social planner's over there, so I don't know. What?
What I do with that?
Yeah, I'm just looking. No, I can't do it on the 24th. She's showing. Good thing. Just kidding.
So you want to do early September or later
She
September?
wanted to do earlier in case we had to do something.
Okay.
to adjust.
Just in case
Yeah.
there's
Yeah, I got
something that
nothing on
falls.
my calendar.
Yeah,
So I'm good.
I don't think.
Labor Day's the 7th,
Seventh.
so probably don't want to do it then. That's Monday.
So do we want to go back to like a Thursday
That's fine with me.
for
I
a
mean,
meeting?
Fine with me,
do you want to do the 3rd then? Is that what you're wanting or you want later?
The 3rd or the 10th, because if there's a mess up and we have to
Third,
do,
not 3rd, that's Brady's birthday.
Oh,
In case we're doing something.
We never do it on the day.
he's never been retired.
ah,
Okay, fine.
So you wanna do the
We might
10th
just
then?
do supper with him and not
Okay.
actual.
Whatever.
thing or something.
Okay, do you want to do the 10th?
That's fine with me.
And
Seven.
still at 7?
It's,
Well, I'm not restricted to the late because of the labs anymore, so you can do it earlier if you want. So.
Do you want to do 6:30? Does that push you?
I mean, I get off at 5, so
So do I.
however,
You can do. I mean, if you want to get home and get supper and then go, or
I think still 7,
7?
because I don't get home till almost 5:30.
Okay.
And then the budget adoption,
You said you had to wait 2 weeks? Or 10 days?
10 days. So
10
if we
days,
can
yeah.
still keep it, do you want to push it to October 1st?
I would say, yeah, put it the next month. That way, you guys.
Okay, so budget adoption, we say October.
So we're gonna stick with Thursdays.
So we
Yeah.
want to do the,
If we have it on the same night of the week, it works
Yeah.
better for me.
So you want to go the first? You want to go the 8th?
I think the 1st is okay. Then
Okay.
it's done
And 7th.
well before it's due.
Yep.
And then there's no,
Got any hiccups? You're not.
right.
Yep.
And if for
Agree.
some reason there's a hiccup from the September 10th, we could maybe do it on the 17th of September.
and that's still 10 days over.
All right.
So then you're gonna put on your calendar to get that in the paper in
Yep.
the end of August.
Did I finish putting that one in? No, I didn't.
I thought this went through
I'm
28.
gonna say,
Where's
I'm gonna
the-
actually put it in. Stick it in
Oh.
advance so big errors. Yeah, that was one of the
Okay, we got a
questions
bunch
like,
of crap in between.
about doing them in the same meeting.
I was like,
and they're
I
like,
thought this went
you
longer
can't do them
than
in the same
26.
meeting. You can do them the same day, but not the same meeting.
Health and fitness goals for the year. We got so much stuff in May because of graduation and teacher appreciation and mother-daughter banquets and
October 1st.
that's Wednesday night at Ebenezer. His
Yeah, but your mom
mother-daughter.
said you guys couldn't go.
No, we're going.
Oh,
So do
I
I,
said we're not
when I,
sending Christina with the girls by herself. So we got rid of our bingo tickets.
when I tell her what time the budget hearing,
Well, that,
do I put in 7:30?
you think it's gonna take us that
Why
long?
could, huh?
We can do the budget hearing before we do the CIP, so
We
then
could.
we don't have to.
then you could just
But
put
it-
7.
I mean, if you just get the same issue, what time do I put in the paper for the CIP hearing?
Well, the budget hearing doesn't take very long, so I just put 7:30.
Put
And if they,
7:30 for the CIP and then,
7 for the budget hearing and then 7:30, because, I mean, we've already, oh, this is the hearing though, but we've
Yeah.
discussed it, we just have to look over it. We aren't voting or anything,
Well, we
we're just
have
discussing
actually-
it.
the CIP, we haven't actually hashed out any changes, but yeah.
Do we have changes?
But we were talking about moving dates and stuff. We gotta move some dates and I'll try to get something together and send it out. Cause we'll have to update numbers with different fund balances.
So you're just going at that CIP hearing, you're just going to kind of say, hey, I've rearranged it, this still,
Yeah,
and we're gonna look at it and say, looks great, then we're gonna adopt it.
yep. So like here, we got, I'll have to put it out a year, cause it's gotta be 3 years.
Mm-hmm,
And then I'll update. There's other pages to this. This is
Right.
just a,
right.
update that stuff, which I started to update it,
Here it is.
and I just made a copy of the previous spreadsheet, and it won't let me update the numbers because it's restricted. I was like, that's stupid. Why did
You have to
give us
wait
a
till it
form?
opens up.
How the heck?
Is
Well,
that-
no, it's just a spreadsheet
Oh,
they provided. So I gotta go in and take off all that formatting and stuff or make my own. It was just a template, so. Yeah, so like take off this fencing twice and move this driveway up here and.
Well, then that's only gonna take like 15 minutes or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
You update, so then you can do 7 and 7:15 or something.
Well, if we're doing the budget first, sometimes that takes long.
No, I meant if you wanted to do the CIP first, that's only gonna take about 15 minutes if you needed times.
To do that.
Okay, that is Monday. Okay.
Gotta
I
make
mean, if somebody's gonna care about
Cinnamon
showing up for
rolls
one of them,
and-
they're gonna show up for both of them.
sausage
That's right.
gravy
They're
for
gonna show up
teacher
for the
appreciation.
But honestly, who's gonna show up?
Yeah. I know. Hey, we had public today.
She scared me when he did that.
All right, so September 10th, starting at 7 and following for the CIP hearing and adoption and budget hearing. October 1st, 7 for budget adoption.
Mhm.
And we shouldn't need to, unless something comes up with this fire stuff.
Because I forget, when do you start getting the contracts? That's in July.
For next year?
Yes.
I wish they all would do it, just say, this is the date, and they all do it at the same time.
Because it seems like
They're
you
all
were
different.
going to see Denver in June or July. No, you just made payment. No, I think they met, didn't they?
Well, they meet every month.
I know, but I think they started the process in June or July, didn't they?
Actually, they were.
Because they're working on their
I need
budget.
to find the next meeting and go to theirs, because they want 27's contract in their budget stuff they're doing now. just like we are.
Correct, right. So they're going to start talking about that in June and July, just like we're talking about it to meet with Judy.
So, yeah.
And you think this new law, July 1st?
I didn't write it down, but I'm pretty sure that's what they
Most of
said.
them are
Most of them
July
start
1st.
July 1st.
So, and you might meet with Judy in June before July 1st. So a lot of people might meet before the law comes in effect and they aren't going to know to put it in their budget.
Yeah, if they didn't go to the statewide meeting,
Yeah. So,
they're gonna have to do additional appropriations. So,
okay.
yeah,
Okay.
so hopefully it sorts out common sense. But even if it does that, I might be willing to bet they're going to want to increase theirs because of this, which you gotta completely understand.
Mhm.
I mean, so that's a big hit to the fire department,
Mhm.
money wise. I mean, it sounds great, yeah, you get more money in volunteer firefighters, but yeah, but where's it coming from?
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and I was told it was a Democratic bill.
It was a what?
Democratic bill, not a Republican.
But the Republicans still okayed it.
Yes, they did. Because who's gonna vote down, give them more money to firemen?
Are you still
And nobody
alive?
thought of the implications of what that would have on townships either.
You still gave it, we are still live?
Yes, we are. Are we done, Mr. Chairman?
Yes,
Mrs.
adjourn,
Chairman?
adjourn,
Mr. Chairman?
adjourn.
All right, let me, pull it here. I can find which tab it is. And in stream.
And then when do we need to get this to you by?